automation, if you don't set the foundation right, all you're doing is making a lot more bad parts. Right? And that's really what happens. So again, if you have a weak link in the chain, you're only as good as that piece, right? And all you're going to do is compound your problems by making more of it.
SilencerCo, you've probably already heard about them, but if you haven't, started in a garage. Yes, another great American manufacturing story, starting in a garage, 2008. Now, would you believe that today they have jumped to 72,000 square feet? That's right, you heard correctly, 72,000, doubling from the 36 in the building we're in now. Over 50 different machines. We got Akuma behind us, Nakamura around the corner, Matsura, Robo Drills. I mean, what a great partnership they have all over. However, today we're going to talk Hainbuch products and how that has helped them create the excellence that they need through automation, running through the days and the nights to become what they are today, the largest manufacturer of their kind in the country. And that's where the story starts. And I'm with my buddy Scott. Scott's going to help us all understand a bit more about SilencerCo, how it started and how it turned into the beast that it is today.
Happy to do it. Looking forward to it. It's been a great morning so far. Looking forward to explaining kind of what we've got behind us, what's going on. So, as you mentioned, SilencerCo started in 2008. The two founders started in a little garage not 5 miles from here. A little garage shop, had a single bay door and a single machine in it. And they started with a rimfire product. It was our Sparrow 22, was the first product we came up with. It was a great design. It was a great idea of, they wanted to solve a problem of, I want to make a rimfire can that gets really dirty. I want to be able to clean it. And I want to make it easy to service, and it's a lifetime purchase, so how do we make that happen? So they came out with that, and from that one little idea, they moved into a new building. One machine turned into two turned into four, and four turned into almost, north of 50, what we have right now. So it's been a really great ride. We started, like I say, started off with a 22 can and went from there to a centerfire pistol can and to a centerfire rifle can, and then all, from there it went gangbusters. So we went from making our first one to we do about 90,000 units a year on a normal year, and it's been a great ride.
I like that you use the word gangbusters. It's just a fun word for us to use, right? So when we think about that growth, we talk about that foundation, the products, the creativity of what the creators came up with in their garage and what it's become today. We can't do that, firstly, overnight, although it's been really quick. But secondly, we can't do it without great partners.
Absolutely.
And we know Akuma's a great machine. I see IMCO right here behind me. As I look around, machines everywhere. So you guys have invested in quality, and a piece of that quality is Hainbuch and Hainbuch automation on the inside of this machine. Would you mind elaborating on how Hainbuch has helped you succeed?
Yeah. So one of the things we do we make a lot of tubes. Silencers contain a lot of tubes, a lot of serial numbers. So if you look behind us, right now we've got an automated solution, but we didn't always have that. One of the things that we struggled with was an ID Mandrel, the consistency. We weren't getting a great grip. We were breaking them. So we went to the drawing board and said, what can we do to solve this problem so that we can then automate? And we came up with the ID Mandrel from Hainbuch, and we brought it in after trying a few other things, and it was perfect. Every time perfect. And that created a repeatable process, which you can then automate.
Have you ever tried to do automation and the parts are coming off wrong? And have you gone through the night or the weekend with dozens or more parts wrong?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, automation, if you don't set the foundation right, all you're doing is making a lot more bad parts. Right? And that's really what happens. So again, if you have a weak link in the chain, you're only as good as that piece, right? And all you're going to do is compound your problems by making more of it, right? You add an IMCO bar feeder to something, it means you're going to make more parts. But if you're making bad parts, you're just making more bad parts.
Yeah.
So it really is everything down the line to the last little bit. Your inserts matter, your tool holders matter, your work holding is critical. The machine tool, go from the foundation of the machine to the spindles of the machine to whatever's feeding it. Like all that stuff has to be reliable, has to work, or else you don't get what we get here, which is 300,000-400,000 parts a month being produced in one building. You'd get a lot of bad parts.
You're talking about hundreds of thousands of parts, as you just mentioned, going out. Now, there are conversations that come up occasionally about Hainbuch maybe being a little bit more expensive, but you get that quality. At the end of the day, most of us are looking at price per part and looking at how much it costs to do rework or how much it costs if something is scrapped and needs to be started over again. At the end of the day, one of my favorite quotes is, "I'm too poor to buy cheap," meaning I must invest in the best. That's why you guys did it as well, right?
Oh, absolutely. When you break it, so selling machine tools, which was what I did in my previous life, you break it down to the ridiculous, right? Okay, so it's a couple $100 more. Well, this machine will make, I don't know, 20,000, 30,000 parts over the next couple of years. Well, what is that? It's less than a penny a part. To get a great product, you're paying a penny a part over that time. Is it something? Absolutely. But it really is something simple, right? It's not, you spend $10, $15, $20,000 maybe not even that much on great iron, right? A great machine tool. Break it down to the ridiculous. This thing has been a bulletproof machine for years. It will continue to be a bulletproof machine for years. Are you spending any more? No, I'd argue that when you buy a Hainbuch, when you buy an Okuma, when you buy IMK, when you buy Nakamura, when you buy these things, you actually spend less over time because you buy great stuff. And it's not, when you're trying to compete, with overseas, you're trying to compete with these things, going inexpensive sometimes works, but you pay the price for quality. You really do.
And we've seen that. We've all seen that in American manufacturing. And this is why we invest in that quality and do more in-house. Here at SilencerCo, 90% or more of what you do is done in-house, including the anodizing, the welding, the machining. And that's a big benefit as well when you talk about the overall product. So not only are you saying it on camera when it comes to the Hainbuch product, you've been doing it in your own facility for years and years as a part of that success.
Yeah, one of the founders, Jonathan, when he was the machinist out of the group, we had Josh was the marketer and the sales guy. Jonathan was the machinist and the inventor. From the get-go, it's been, we will buy the best quality to turn out the best quality. And all of that has really paid off. It's one of those things where as time has gone by, we just keep buying good, solid equipment and keep investing in ourselves because we want this thing to be American-made. We want it to be Utah-made. We're very proud of being a Utah-based company. Wherever possible, we try to keep things here in-house. Like I say, 90+% of what we do.
The majority of what you guys do is for commercial use, right? So for the audience out there who wants to learn more, potentially invest, potentially buy, how can they find out more about you?
So SilencerCo.com is the source of all education for us. It's our website, so that's the first place to go. And that's really a place to learn about the process to purchase. And then, we are very dealer focused. We support the local gun dealer. That's our bread and butter, right? And so you can go to your local gun dealer, you can say, hey, I want to learn more about SilencerCo products. What's the process to go buy this? And they will help you too. And that we've built a pretty good support base of dealers nationwide in the 42 states where you can buy silencers, right? They're legal. There's 8 states we don't necessarily like to talk about in this building. The great states for some of you, but for us, they don't allow it. But go to your local dealer, ask them about SilencerCo products, and go to SilencerCo.com. You'll find out more.
And you gave me a great opportunity today to shoot automatic weapons for the first time in my life as well.
Yeah, that's you went from 0 to 60 in your gun experience. Pretty awesome. Yeah, we went from a rimfire 22 to a full auto MP5 SD. Not many people get to do that.
I'm grateful for the opportunity, and I'm going to close this out just by saying, when we talk about Hainbuch, we oftentimes think about the extra 25% of rigidity that their chucks bring for depth of cut, for faster feed rates, for longer spindle life, for longer tool life. We talk about the quick change that saves money as well. We talk about how people used to have to reach inside the machine, lift heavy parts, potentially have a bad back, and there's insurance that goes into that. There's just so many numerous things that go into the Hainbuch product. But today, we focused on SilencerCo and how they've been able to create success based on some of the struggles they were having earlier. So with that being said, if you want to learn more about Hainbuch, give them a search. There's so many areas, both vertically and horizontally, where they can help you have quick change systems, automated systems, and reliable German-made systems, just like they have here at SilencerCo. And without any more conversation, Scott, thank you so much, my friend. You are incredible. You've made my job easy.
Nah, it's been a pleasure. I'm a fan, right? So I'm a machine tool guy at heart, so I've been watching it for years. And you make the job easy because you know what you got going on here. You can see what we're trying to do. You can see what we're trying to accomplish. Quality all around, so it's good stuff.
Well, I thank you for that, and I'm a fan of yours as well. Awesome. And we're definitely both a fan of everyone who's watching today. Thank you for joining the MTDCNC team and joining SilencerCo. Give these guys a shout. Great company, great people, great growth, and something you may not have seen before, although they are quite famous, so maybe you have. With that being said, thank you one more time, and we're out of here. Let's go shoot some more guns, shall we?
Let's do it.
Come on, buddy.